Hello, this is the Irish Extra and lads. Okay, just a day after I was forced to go meowing at strangers inside Aldi, creeping everyone out again. A few of them actually meow back, but no, today I just wanted to hop on camera and talk about the title race, because for weeks now, all I've been hearing is that the title race is dead, that it's all sewn up, that Arsenal have it won in November. Even Roy Keane was falling into that trap and saying it on the overlap, that the league was over. Is everyone under some sort of weird magical spell where they just... It's like everyone has been screaming for Arsenal to win the league for years and years and years now. And so now that they got a bit of a lead early doors, people seem to think that it was over, done and dusted after 10 games. Are you mad? Are you silly-brained? Do you have gummy bears in the cranial capacity? Because this is just, it's nuts. Has nobody been paying attention to football or sport in general? Because since 2004, how many times have Arsenal ran away with the league? Now let me ask you another question. How many times have Arsenal bottled the league? I can count a few, okay? 2007 to 2008. Don't forget, Arsenal were unbelievable in the first part of 2007. They're blowing everyone away, winning pretty much every week. Adebayor was on fire, and then Eduardo breaks his leg, and everyone has a meltdown, including the captain on the pitch, and the league was over. And lads, that was an Arsenal team who weren't going through a major trophy drought. It had only been 3 and a bit years since they last won the league. Yeah, now it's 21. 21 long years. And this isn't like when Leicester City had had never won the Premier League before and then managed to hang on to win it. No, this isn't about that, because there was no pressure on Leicester City. There's pressure on Arsenal now, absolutely, because it's been 21 years, which is a joke. It's actually a disgrace. The last time they won the league, Declan Rice was a little boy, not old enough to watch Friends on his own. Neither was I, to be fair. I was always locked away, told to go downstairs and I don't know, think about sheep instead, because God forbid you see Joey making weird jokes. Yeah, that was my childhood. But no, look, Arsenal, I don't know why everyone seemed to think that Arsenal had it all wrapped up. It's actually mental. And I actually think people like Roy Keane, shame on you. Seriously, because it's crackers to think that Arsenal had it all wrapped up. And see how much this is taking a toll on me, the fact that I'm now talking like Wallace and Gromit. Who says crackers as a curse word? But no, I genuinely think it's insane. I thought the whole world was mad. It felt like I'd woken up and everyone was just accepting the fact that cows could now talk, and no one was bothering to ask the question how, who, or why. That's how it felt when everyone was telling all of us that Arsenal were Premier League champs in November. It's nuts, it's crazy. So thankfully, I'm actually quite pleased that Aston Villa beat them, because it's breathed some normality back into life and shown us all that the title race is far from being done. And I actually don't think that there's a clear favourite right now. Seriously, and I know it seems mean to say, but Arsenal have finished second in the league 3 years on the row, and I can't stress how heavily 21 years looms over a club. I'll give you an example. Liverpool, back in 2014, fair enough, they were being chased down by a pretty rampant Man City, but it wasn't peak Man City since the takeover. No, it was a decent Manuel Pellegrini team, but they were absolutely able to trip up and lose, which allowed Liverpool under Brendan Rodgers to come from nowhere to suddenly become title challengers after Christmas, and it melted the pressure melted them. They all, the greatest player in the history of the club literally slipped on the pitch. How many times has Stevie G slipped in his career? Not many. Probably never before, but oh no, when there's a Premier League title at stake with just 3 games left, he absolutely turns Anfield into his own Disney on Ice slip and slide. So I think, the pressure absolutely melted around Liverpool's ears. And that was a better Liverpool... maybe not all... Maybe it wasn't more... Okay, you can't compare that Liverpool team to this Arsenal team in terms of defensive qualities, because this Arteta team, it probably would beat Liverpool from 2014, sure, because that Liverpool team had Glenn Johnson at right back and some oafish mug at left back. Let's not mention his name, because, he turned into a bit of a Chris Brown sort of guy, but, John Flanagan, what? But, that Liverpool team had Kolo Touré at the back. 10 years after he was a solid, invincible centre-back, oh no, by the time Rodgers got his claws on him, he was just some podgy Teletubby. So, look, that was 24 years of not winning nothing in terms of league titles, and that was enough to just to get everyone at Liverpool to just wobble and worry, and even, it was just a sense of trepidation the longer they got to the finish line. And that Liverpool team who finished that season were nothing like the invincible beast they were from Christmas time until mid-April. And that's what cost them a league title. So I think Arsenal are absolutely due a wobble, and it could cost them the league. Now, what I want to talk about is who I want to win the league, okay? Look, I've been backing Man City for a while now. Okay, actually, in my Premier League predictions, I did say if Liverpool signed Isak, they'd win the league. Because I fell for the football propaganda that the media was trying to shove down our throats, telling us that, oh yeah, if a Premier League champion spends £500 million on superstars, including two £100 million plus Galacticos, then there's no title race. That's half true. There's no title race for Liverpool, who are all the way down in 10th. So look. Okay, look, there's 10 points separating them and Arsenal right now. If it was peak Liverpool from a year ago, I wouldn't back against them closing a 10-point gap on Arsenal. But it's not peak Liverpool at all. It is absolutely nutcase team who are just bad. Is that too mean to say? No, I think this Liverpool team are absolutely bad and can lose to anyone. So I think the title race, on paper, probably goes down to Man United in 6th. Okay, it's 8 points. 8 points. I have to include that in November, in early December as a title race, because I've seen Man City make up 8 points on Man United with 4 games left back in 2012. There was an 8-point gap between Man City and Man United, and that was made up over the course of a month. So you have to think now, when there's 6 months left of the season, I think we can stretch it to, saying that the top 6 teams are in a title race. I'm not saying, I mean, obviously, most of them are going to melt away quick. But for now, I would say that Manchester United, after that 4-1 win at Wolves, are in a oh, by the way, because I didn't do the Prem catch-up. Oh, yeah, the bread is stale now. It doesn't even squish on my cheek. Isn't that fun? No, it's not. Why did I have to back Wolves at the start of the season? They're rubbish. And why did they appoint Rob Edwards? He's a dingbat with banana brains. But look, I think Man United are in a title race. And I think Chelsea are, and I think Crystal Palace. Am I really saying this? Am I saying Crystal... Okay, officially they are, because they're only 7 points off the top. I don't feel good about Crystal Palace. Not even Crystal Palace think Crystal Palace are in a title race. But, I think Aston Villa, though, they're in a credible title race. It's funny, like back 15 years ago, I remember piping up at school and saying Aston Villa would win the league that year because they were hovering around 3rd place around this time, actually, under Martin O'Neill. And he was a good manager, and they were getting a tune out of their stars. But I'll be honest, I only said that in school to get attention, because I was that, the weird little dweeb kid. Still am, of course. But I was fully piping up and saying, Aston Villa going to win the league, just so everyone could stop and turn and look at the attention-seeking muffin in the corner. That was a big mistake, because then May came around, and Aston Villa didn't win no league. Oh no, they just happened to relegate Newcastle. Wasn't that fun? Actually, hang on. No, it wasn't. I think I'm mixing them up. Villa relegated Newcastle 2009. I think I said in the Christmas of 2009 that Villa would win the league. But then again, you can forgive me a lapse in intelligence for a minute, because clearly I was having my brain fried by the fact that Newcastle were rotting in the Championship, losing to teams like Scunthorpe, Blackpool and Derby County. It was rough. Boy, did everyone laugh at me. But look, it's 15 years later. Am I going to say they're going to win the league now? I mean, they have a much better manager, a much better squad. But no. I would love to see it, though. Okay, I know Villa laughed at us when we went down, and so as a Newcastle supporter, I should be predisposed to hate Villa for life. But I mean, how exhausting is that, carrying around that baggage of having to hate a certain club just because they mocked us for going down in 2009? No, I mean, I know I'm someone who holds a grudge, but I mean, it's just exhausting carrying that much hatred against an entire fan base and football club that long. So I don't want to do that. I don't have any hate for Villa. I don't. Sure, the fans laughed at Newcastle fans when we went down in their own stadium, and sure, it was lacking a lot of class, and sure, they made jives about Anton Deck. But it wasn't. I mean, they didn't. It's not like Villa fans marched up to Newcastle and, I don't know, invaded everyone's house to do a poo on their couch. No, it was none of that. Like, it was just a few jibes 16 years ago. Big whoop. It's that long ago. It was the same month as the Prison Break finale. So it's been a long time. It's time to move on. So no, I don't hate Villa. And many Newcastle fans would hate this, but I would love to see them win the league because I would love to see an underdog win it. My favourite ever Premier League title win is Leicester City. 100%, and I'm sure it is yours if you don't support a club who's won the league, or after your club won the league. Your favourite one's Leicester, right? That was a magical season, unbelievable. I mean, when Chelsea win the league, when Liverpool win the league, when Arsenal, okay, I'll come back to Arsenal, but when these clubs win the league now, who've won it recently and regularly, I feel cold. I don't care. Oh, Liverpool won the league last year. They romped to victory. Oh, big whoop. I've already seen it before. I was happy enough for Liverpool when they won the league in lockdown, but then again, not really, because they won it with no fans. It felt very hollow and actually felt a bit bad for them. But no, I mean, when Man City win it, it is boring. It is boring to see these teams win it when they've already won it recently. Now, okay, yes, okay, Arsenal winning the league would be nice for Arsenal, and yeah, sure. They deserve it. After this long without a title, they deserve to feel that again. And I would be happy for Arsenal if they won the league, sure. But no, I really want an underdog to win it. And it just feels like, because the Gunners have been in 4 title races in a row now, they don't really feel like an underdog anymore. They're a big club who've been in the conversation now for years. I mean, it kind of feels like Mikel Arteta's already won the title, right? Because they've been that competitive for so long now. And they've added some massive players. And oh yeah, maybe one of the reasons why I'm not totally keen on Arsenal winning the league is because, remember what I said about carrying grudges for life? Oh yes, Declan Rice is definitely he's definitely in my soul for a while now. Okay, I'm not going to hate Declan Rice until the day I die. No, but maybe, because if I got slapped by a bus tomorrow, that statement will be true. Yeah, I've got a few more years left of being this petty little goblin. But yeah, about rice, which is ironic because I eat rice every day. Yeah, good old-fashioned Uncle Ben's. And no, that's not an invitation to make Spider-Man cracks in the comments. No, I've already done a video on this channel back when I didn't do football, saying I don't like Spider-Man. But look, what team do I want to win the league? I would love to see Aston Villa win the league, but failing that, or even if I had to push my luck and include the top 6 teams in the title race, Crystal Palace. Oh wow, imagine if Oliver Glasner somehow managed to sneak in at the last minute and get Palace to be Premier League champions when they've sold Ebreke Eze. It would be Leicester City worthy. It would be. I mean, imagine Marc Guéhi walking out of the club as a Premier League champion on a free agent, marching off to Real Madrid or Barcelona. It would be unbelievable. A year after they win their first ever chunk of silverware to win the league, it would be okay. But this is fairy tale stuff, and I've already said, if you believe something like that, you're someone who believes in fairy tales way too much. You probably think you're going to find Snow White in your bath. No, that's probably not going to happen. But wow, that would be fun. Look, okay, I think Chelsea are still in the hunt, and Man United are still just about hanging in there because they're in that 8-point gap. I mean, Chelsea are due another Premier League because it's been 8 years, and under the previous ownership, it's a good job he's not there anymore. Otherwise, they'd be firing the manager for 2 minutes, basically, because with every year that goes on and Chelsea don't win the league, it would absolutely have fried his brain like an omelette. So, look, I don't know when Chelsea are going to win the league again, which is really weird to say because they're reigning world champions, but I don't see it in their immediate future. I think we see Chelsea go at least 10 years without a Premier League title. And I think when that happens, serious questions need to be asked, because you're approaching chaos territory and crisis territory because you're moving further and further away from it. It's a bit like when Arsenal went 10 years without a title in 2014. That just spiraled on, and we're 10, 11 years later and they still haven't got back to winning it. So same at Liverpool when they went 10 years without a league title and it took them another 20 to get back another one. Yeah, I think when Chelsea slip past 2027 with no league title, I think they should really worry, because that is when you can absolutely slip into, Liverpool or Arsenal territory. Look, I'm still back in Man City. I think they'll win the league, so I just think it's obvious. I mean, they've got Erling Haaland up front. There's 2 points in it with 6 months left. It's Manchester City, Pep Guardiola facing off against his former novice, Someone who used to make him his coffee and fetch him a croissant. Like, of course Man City are going to win the league. But I would love it to be Aston Villa, who I think are a much more realistic shout than Crystal Palace. Yeah, Crystal Palace winning the league. That was my number one. I would, out of the top 6 teams, I would love Palace to win it. Of course I would. So would you. Because at least with Leicester, I mean, Leicester at this stage of the season, we're in a title race. They were in there. Everyone knew they were in there. They were top of the league at Christmas. But Crystal Palace, not one person has mentioned them in the title fight. So this would be really coming from nowhere. This would be a plot twist. Like, literally no one saw them coming. So it'd be like, you know, one of those horror films where, you know, watching a Scream film where you unmask the villain Scooby-Doo style at the end, and instead of it being any of the characters you're expecting, oh no, it turns out to be your mum. That's what it would be like. It would be that out of the blue. Like, it would be insane. So yeah, I would love Palace to win it. I would love it. Yeah, Oliver Glasner would become a worldwide celebrity overnight, and he'd probably leave to take the Real Madrid job at the end of the season. That's how huge an achievement it would be. But it's not likely at all. At all, is it? It's complete waffle to even think. And to be honest, it's burnt waffle. Really, it's waffly nonsense to think Villa are going to do it. But hey, 9 wins out of 10, you cannot sniff at that. You actually can't. And the only reason they're not top is because they had an unprecedented 1 month without a goal at the start of the season. If they hadn't began this campaign with relegation form, Villa would be top, and it'd be their title to lose. And like, if you had some greasy McNugget inexperienced coach at the top, even a Claudio Ranieri, who was not experienced in winning things before, you could expect them to wobble and not make it over the finishing line. But hey, don't give a lead to Unai Emery, because he is a man who's won a lot. Okay, granted, most of them are cups, but still, he's been in title races before. Okay, no, he did lose one with PSG, actually. It's quite embarrassing. But it was against that Monaco team with Kylian Mbappe up front, so you can cut him a bit of slack for that. Look, I think what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way is that, yes, it would be nice for Arsenal if they won it, sure, but it wouldn't exactly be this big underdog story because they are a top team. I mean, they're literally one of the favourites for the Champions League right now. Everyone knows they're a brilliant team. It's just Villa, though. To come from nowhere, to go from relegation form to this, it would be like when Leicester began their title winning season by losing 5-2 at home to Arsenal. That was relegation type results then, and then they came back to win it. So I would love it to be Villa to win the league in 2026, a whole decade after finishing bottom. It would be great for them, okay? And yes, yeah, it would be. But no, my number one though is Palace. I want to be Crystal Palace. Come on, Palace. Pull off a Leicester City. It would be quite incredible. Anyway, that is the end of the video. Don't forget to give a like, share, and subscribe as always. Oh, let me know what you want me to waffle about on this channel as well, because this is really just one where I just go freehand and just waffle about whatever. But anyway, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to enjoy. I'll waffle you in a while. Am I still saying what? Oh, it's weird.